Hello and welcome back to my vlog. Starting the second half of the 30-day mental diet, the 16th day. Make your affairs prosper. You live in the midst of abundance. Why should you be prosperous? Fundamentally, life is never stingy, never lacking. There is a superabundance of all that is. Nature is prolific in every respect. One look about you and you can see this for yourself. Have you reason to suppose that life's abundance stops where you begin? What does prosperity mean? It would seem reasonable to assume that prosperity means more than the bare necessities for existence. This would apply to your own life, to your own business endeavors, to your every good undertaking. Life is productive and creative and should continue to be so in your experience in whatever respect you desire. You should have whatever is necessary to provide a joyous and happy life. But this means that those good things you desire to come to you must in no way deprive another of what may belong to him. Out of the limitless productivity of the universe, enough can be provided for the prosperity of all without limiting or depriving anyone. How does prosperity start? Quite a few years ago, it was a common expression that prosperity was just around the corner. It was a wonderful sentiment, but far from practical. There remained the problem of what corner and when it would be rounded. The one type of thinking that needs to be avoided is that prosperity is just around a corner, that it will come tomorrow or the next day. If this kind of thinking is maintained, you soon discover that the prosperity you desire is a future thing and will always remain so as long as you so consider it. What you are interested in is prosperity now. First steps. If your experience is determined and established by the pattern of your thinking, the obvious conclusion is that you have to start to create a frame of mind, a process of thinking that embodies prosperity as your present state of affairs. Any good undertaking can be a thriving, abundant endeavor, but only when you acknowledge that it is happening now, not in the future. This is not a process of blinding yourself to present circumstances or situations, but a down-to-earth practical application of cause and effect. Prosperity more than a state of mind. The prosperous person knows that he is prosperous and that he always will be. There is an inner conviction that permits of no doubts. When you reach such a state of belief, it is then that the creative activity of infinite mind takes over and creates in your experience a tangible reproduction of the pattern of your thinking. There is no limit to the creative action of life, but there rests in your thought the ability to determine how it will be creative for you. The fact that you may not be more prosperous than you now are is the result of the limitations you place on what life can do for you. Redirect your thinking. For the most part, the attainment of prosperity rests upon your ability to stop deploring what little you have, thinking only about the voids in your experience. There needs to be established a definite and specific concept, a mental equivalent of those things that you desire to possess. Think, believe, and act as though you have them right now. Be thankful for whatever good you already possess, knowing that to it is added whatever manner of prosperity is needed for more worthwhile living. Once you can redirect your thinking in this manner and keep it clear, concise, and specific, there is nothing that possibly can prevent it from becoming a tangible part of your experience. Accept prosperity. It has been said that God loves a prosperous man, and probably right so, for God prospers in all he does. Probably rightly so, for God prospers in all he does. To the degree that you are not prosperous, you are denying the creative activity of God in you as you. Living should not be a thing of limitation or deprivation. The acceptance of abundance starts with the building up in your mind of a conviction that God does not favor others and ignore you. There is some truth in the saying that God helps those who help themselves. To what extent have you been helping yourself to, or depriving yourself of, the abundance of the universe? New experiences. New experiences of living are ever open to you when you reach the point where you can firmly and consistently maintain in your pattern of thinking that the abundance you desire, the prosperity you wish to enjoy, is yours now. This constant belief, coupled with emotions and actions that reflect it, is a causative factor that will not and cannot be denied by God's creative action as law, which responds by corresponding, making manifest in any aspect of your experience the prosperity pattern of thinking you have established. Mental stimulants. Science. If spirit is limitless creative power, it can provide an inexhaustible reservoir of help and strength from which man can draw freely at his will. Edmund W. Sinnott. Philosophy. All forces are potentially present in man, and the universe continues the creative process through him. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Religion. What things soever ye desire, when you pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Mark 11:24. The diet. There is no limit to the abundance, the prolific creativity that resides in the universe. I know that I am part of and not separate from the infinite intelligence in which all things reside and have their being. In this knowledge and conviction, I know that God's creative action continues to manifest itself through the pattern of thinking that I maintain. There is no limit to God, and whatever may appear as a need in my experience is abundantly filled as I know and believe that it is filled. Whatever good I undertake, whatever beneficial goals I desire to accomplish, whatever I feel is necessary for a fuller, richer enjoyment of living is successfully fulfilled. All that I wish to do and accomplish that is consistent with good, and neither deprives nor harms anyone, is mine to attain, as I now believe that it is mine. The more prosperous I am, the more enjoyment I get out of living, the more I am able to help others, the more I am expressing the God life that flows through me. I let go of all ideas of limitations and accept the abundance and prosperity that is the very nature of God's being and creation. In everything I do, I am prosperous. I am immersed in an abundance of all good things. A new doorway now opens for me, and I enjoy a richer experience of living. Capsule Supplement. The universe is a limitless, abundant, prosperous creation and activity of God. I now accept His life as my life, and all that He possesses now becomes available to me to have and experience. I let loose of limitation and accept prosperity in all things. Today, I will apply this idea to these aspects of my thoughts and actions. Fill in the blank. My particular problem, condition, or situation which it can be used to correct is, fill in the blank. Thus ends the 16th day of the 30-day mental diet. Tomorrow, how to build security. Make it a great day, and bye for now.